Alright, so this is going to be a very fun video, and I hope you're ready for this one. So I haven't updated this list in about 4 months now. It's been a while since we last did it. And I think that it's time now for the first anniversary. My best ability here, I'm going to try. If I mess up, I could make a mistake. I could miss a character. I could say a character's a must-have, but it's not. That's where the comments come in. The comments will correct me if I'm wrong on some things. Again, it's my opinion also. We all have different opinions, and from whatever testing I've seen, whatever use case of the character is, I will also try to apply alternatives into the must-have list. So it's not like, oh, I can only have Modernia, Scarlet, and this. I'll try to put some alternatives in there. They may not exactly be must-haves, but I do want to talk about this. It's a must-have tier list and best unit tier list in a way for each of the burst categories, so you understand what to go for in the first ANNI and beyond. If you're starting the game right now, you at least have an idea of what are great units in this game. Let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like it, subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's check it out. Let's see what we're cooking up. So how I'm going to do it is this: must-have burst 1, a great burst 1, a must-have burst 2, a great burst 2, a must-have burst 3, and a great burst 3. Basically, if this is here, that means that it's a great unit and it could be swapped in for one of the must-haves, but really, you kind of want one of the must-haves if you're trying to build a team for like solo raid, if you're trying to build a team for like campaign pushing. I want to build a team for like bosses, right? That's kind of the case. It's also going to be relative, right? Because there's a lot of characters in the game that are great and that are alternatives to certain characters. So it's going to be a little bit rough on kind of prioritizing everything properly. So again, bear with me on this one. It's going to be rough, but we're going to try to get through this together, all right? We're going to try to. So how we're going to start is this: a must-have burst 1. When you look at that title of burst 1, you really look at a few characters right off the bat, right? You look at a character like this. This is a must-have burst 1. Litter. 10 out of 10 character, broken, insane, CDR reduction. She does so much, actually. Let me not even like try to do it. She does so much. All right, let's see it. Cooldown of burst skill here. Over here again, burst skill again. Over here, effects each time you burst, right? Exactly, that's how it works. And each time you burst, it increases. So once, get it max ammo capacity for 5 seconds. Twice, critical damage up. 3 times, attack up for 50% for 5 seconds. That's what she does. She is one of the best burst ones in the game, and probably people will still say the best. So do what you will with that information, but yes, that is kind of the case. You look at that. You will then look at a character like Dorothy. Dorothy is 10 out of 10, and one of the best burst ones also in the game. So if you were to look at must-haves, you kind of look at these two already. At the bare minimum, you kind of look at these two. Now, beyond that, if you're looking at the aspect of I need a healer. Burst 1 is like the healer category in a way. Not that every character is relegated to this category that is a healer, but it kind of is. So you're looking at a healer like this, right? If you have a character like Summer Mary, that is a character that you really want to invest into, because I will be honest here, for a lot of the B1 stuff, she is one of my best healers. And literally whenever I need a healer comp, Mary is my healer. She's like just too good for it, which is again just how it is. Her rest, like the rest of her kit, kind of is mid. There's nothing else really supporting you unless you're going against a specific enemy. Then it will benefit you. But for a burst 1 healer, you kind of want it, right? Then again, when you come to the aspect of another burst 1 healer, Rapunzel, though she has a 40-second cooldown, though she gets a lot of hate, she is still like top tier and a very, very good burst 1 character. You'll have to swap up the comp in order to use her, but I will still say she is a must-have. Now, if you have this already as a healer, this already as a healer, again, this is where it's going to come into a point. You could say that Pepper's a must-have, but you could also say that Pepper's a great burst 1, right? You could say that. So again, that's where the issue comes in. What would I do in this situation? I would say that maybe just, kind of go for it and say Pepper is a must-have. You could say that. Clearly, you could say that, right? But again, I'm saying that these two are up there, so I will have to kind of, I don't know, because it's going to be relative. She can be a must-have easily. She can easily be a must-have, right? But then again, you have a character like Volume. What would you consider Volume? Would you consider Volume a great burst 1 or a must-have, correct? Because again, she actually is insane for a lot of comps, so that's why I'm going to relegate it here. Just because, again, you have these characters, but they are insane options. And you could argue, literally, you can argue must-have on these characters here. Volume has seen so much played recently, and it's like she's just popping up for so many different teams. So just know that now, but definitely I could say that again. You can swap these under must-have, but I want to make sure that it's a little bit gapped because, again, you realize that you have really good healers here. She's like a 20-second cooldown healer, and she has a lot of gimmicks to actually help her. So just know that it's going to be a little bit rough doing this, but bear with me, all right? Bear with me. Beyond that, we have other characters here. Ludmilla's there, but I wouldn't say anymore she's like a must-have. She's great for tanking and whatnot, but again, Miranda's getting really good. So for a great burst 1, and me not including Miranda, that is pretty much criminal. So let's find Miranda real quick. That's going to be a great burst 1 option. Realize now that, again, I'm going to put her under great. For most of the content, she's going to be very helpful also, just so you know. But beyond that, if I'm missing any burst 1s here, let me just verify. We have that done. Red Hood. So Red Hood is going to be a tough character. We're going to place her most likely on the burst 3 category, just because. But we'll talk about that in a second. Again, Tia over here, for burst 1, got me messed up if I'm not going to include Tia on here. She is definitely a must-have for this category. Again, this is in no specific order, left to right. I'm just putting the must-haves there. If they're a must-have, they're all a must-have. So we're going to do it that way. But Tia is definitely there. These characters, not so much. Sakura's good, but definitely not like must-have. Like you could have Sakura. She's gonna be a great train character. So realize that now. So I could actually put Noise. I forgot Noise. So Noise is a great character. She actually is like one of the she's in so many solo raid comps, okay, a lot of them. So you could say that she is a must-have, and I will say that she's a must-have. I'll fight in that for that in the comments. But I will say that you can have Sakura. She's a great option for Burst 1 because it can train some other stuff. But outside of those things, she kind of falls off. But for a lot of people, this is their carry on content like that. So do keep that in mind, right? But I think that for the Burst 1 category, we did pretty good here. Can't wait to hear the comments. I'm gonna get absolutely ripped, but again, the ones that I would argue that I didn't do correct. Oh, there's Jackal. Jackal's PvP though. So Jackal's there, but she's PvP. So know that now, okay? Like literally not putting Jackal on must-have is criminal for the reason of that's PvP. So if you're looking at this list and you're like, yo, look at this is being the PvP, this is PvE, this is not PvP, right? But Jackal is a must-have if you're trying to clear PvP. She is a must-have, so just don't forget about that because that's gonna suck. But she's a very good character. On to Burst 2 though, we'll come back to Burst 1 if I forgot anything. We'll check it up. But for Burst 2. This is a very also sketchy one to go through because it's, again, debatable. There's a lot of Burst 2 characters. First up, if you want a 10 out of 10 Burst 2 character, literally everyone will live and die by this character, it is going to be Blanc. Blanc is just 10 out of 10. She is one of the must-have characters. But again, she's only must-have if you have Noir. So realize that now. Again, she's basically a support character. She increases your damage so much. She heals. She's like insanely good. But again, the gimmick is you kind of need Noir. So if it's just up here, it's useless. But you need Noir. So make sure that she's only up here as a must-have if Noir is obtained. So again, keep that in the back of your head. Beyond that, you have so many different characters for CDR reduction and whatnot. I will say that for the most part, where is I'll be honest here, right? I'm gonna take this L. I'll take the L. That's a great Burst 2. This is literally my favorite character to run on Gravedigger, like literally 10 out of 10. Yes, part of her kit's also gimmicky, but she's a big CDR reduction character for Burst 2. She works on a lot of content very well, and I think that she's pretty solid. So I will put her under great for now. She is a very, very good character. So just make sure that is basically known. Other characters, like we can easily fill up this list over here for Burst 2 here. Dala is really a must-have because she has a lot of play over here for the Burst 2 category. And again, for a lot of comps, she's going to be used a crap ton. Senti also. Senti kind of is a must-have, though you could say, I don't know, is it Rupee that's been dropping? I still think that Rupee is a pretty good character, but I have seen a lot of people say to drop Rupee. I don't know why that's the case, but it's definitely been happening. Like if you were to check the tier list over here, it's also been dropping. So again, that's been happening. If you were to say must-have, again, you have Naga, right? Naga is definitely a must-have for this category. Billion%. Again, schoolgirls, that's only if they're together. If they're not together, Naga's a bit iffy, but together, they definitely are very, very good characters. So for the Burst 2 category, you could definitely say must-have. Beyond that, though, you have a character like Biscuit. Biscuit definitely isn't a must-have, but she is very good, and she is a great character for the Burst 2 category, right? That's 1,000,000,000% the case. Now, another controversial one, let's get into this one, it's going to be Mass. Now, why am I saying Mass is controversial is because I think that people really do consider her a must-have. The thing is, like, if you're saying that you need a solo raid team, she's a must-have. Correct? Because she forms one of the best teams and she's absolutely really powerful and she works. But if you're saying that like she's a must-have without the units that require everything, like you need the specific units to make her work because she scales off final max HP, right? That's what she does. She gives that buff to everyone. And now characters, for example, like where is it? Where's 2B? 2B is the main character for that, like literally the core asset. There we go. 2B, right? So if you're saying that you know she is a must-have, then you have to agree that 2B is a must-have, right? Because they are together in a way. That's like the duo, similar to like Bunny Girls. You kind of want these two together. You kind of want a character like Guillotine also scales off that. I think Scarlet also scales off that. There's a few characters, right, that scale off that entire aspect of final max HP. So like saying that she's a must-have is saying that they all are must-haves because they have to work together, correct? So I'll say that she's a great character because she is niche for, she's not like an overall character. Like this is a must-have because it works on everybody. There's nobody in the game that does not work from this. It's more a few selective characters, but you kind of want this character in the future with more characters that will scale off max HP. We know that they're slowly adding more HP elements to the game. It's soon before we get HP OL gear. Remember that. Could be a new stat coming soon. So this character will be very popular, but I will still say great. I will say not must have because it's only for specific teams, and that too, you may not be going for those teams, right? Hence why this entire category, in my mind, was created. All right. Again, get mad at me if you will, but that's definitely there. Senti, I already think I took care of, right? I take care of Senti. Yeah, Senti's up here on the must-have. She's a very good character and very, very strong and powerful and whatever, right? Guilty. Okay, so Guilty's a rough one too. I will say out of the Liberation category, Guilty's a must-have. Simply put, because I'm comparing it to the other 3 liberation characters, that must be that automatically means that she's a must-have. She's a very good buffer and a very good burst too, and a very good character overall. Again, you could just say great, but I will say must-have for the reason of out of the 3 liberation characters, she's a free character in a way, right? So go for her first. So that's the point. This is being put there. Again, debate me in the comments. I am down. I don't know everything, correct? I could definitely be wrong about some things here, so let me know. Marciana is not a must-have, but as you see here, she's actually pretty solid. She's definitely a great burst 2 in my opinion. Again, she's still pretty new, so people haven't really gotten like the best of her usability and whatnot, but she's a great character, I'll say that. I'll put her on the end there, because again, she's relatively great. Noah's a great burst too, but I don't have her, so I can't do much for you there. And over here, the ranking system is not really too hot for her. Novel. Okay, I forgot Novel, and I forgot Quincy. So Quincy and Novel, we have to rank them. Those are, and Polly. Polly's also a great character. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this. Okay, bear with me on this one. Don't get mad at me. How we're going to approach this aspect is we are going to first find the freaking character. Polly's a great one to have. Great, that's it. I will say. Beyond that, like, look at this list, bro. It's sad because burst 1 just has a very iffy thing. We need more burst 1s in the game that are like busted. You know what I mean? So this is a rough one. Also, Novel, when you build Novel, she'll be triple S. That's how good this character is. Novel on bosses. I was able to get into a call with somebody and they were showing me their Novel. I think I told the story already, and I was like flabbergasted at how good Novel really is. And it's, for me, it's a character I sleep on. I don't like, you know, use Novel like that, but damn, she's a freaking beast, dude. And Quincy's a great character to have, so that's definitely a pretty good one, right? Again, I think that I nailed this one, but you are more than welcome to roast me in the comments. Blanc is there, Dala's there, right? You kind of want Dala. She's actually very good, and every Solar Ray person will live and die by her also. Senti's very good. Rupee is still good, though she's seeing a lot of less play. I still think for what she is, she's a great character. Naga is a must-have, that's 100% true. Guilty, I still think out of the Liberation, I'm doing it out of Liberation, she has to be a must-have, because she's just built different. And then Novel, bro, she cooks. She absolutely cooks. Summer Helm being first limited and also very niche, but she is great. Biscuit being niche, also but very great. Again, being niche for the reason of she only works with the funnel max HP buffs. And then again, a really good burst 2 healer, right? Polly's really great, but not like a must-have. And then there you go, great. So, roast me. I'm ready for it. All right, moving forward, we have burst 3, baby. That's what I like to see. It's going to be a fun one, all right? So burst 3 category. Let's go and swap over here to burst 3. We got some characters to go through. Okay, so we could easily sort out burst 3 ourselves. We'll first do burst 3 must-have. Okay, Alice is a must-have. It's simply the case. Alice is a must-have. She's probably one of the best characters. Scarlet is a must-have. Snow White, in my opinion, is a must-have. Again, if you like, lately I've been getting into solo raid more often, where I've been trying to rank, and Snow White is your character. She does very good on it, so I will have to put her up there. Must-have. I'm seeing some good burst 3s here, but I want to make sure to kind of put the points down correctly. Sparkling Summer Niece. If you have her, you have to build her. She's just built different, bro. She's just built different. Noir is a must-have, but again, only with Bunny Team. You have to have Bunny Team. Remember, Blanc and Noir skill together, so they have to be together. Just like, again, Naga and Tia, these two have to go together, right? That's Tia and Naga, but never mind. You know what I mean. I think that 2B is a great burst 3. Not a must-have because you don't really need her in the comparison, because again, I'm saying like mass in this, right? Personally, I would say that A2 is a must-have, dude. For a lot of the content when it's like a boss with destroying parts, she's just too goated. It's not even funny. Great burst 3 to have. Not really a must-have because again, there's a lot of characters that will take that. But again, great burst 3, 100%. She's 10 out of 10. I would say like if you don't have any of these, she's a must-have. That's literally the case, but she's free, so she'll be put under great burst 3 for now. We'll save Red Hood for the end of the video so that if anybody gets mad at me for my opinion, they don't kill me until the end of the video. Beyond that, Modernia, how dare I forget? That's a must-have in my opinion. Modernia is like one of my favorite characters in the game, 100%, but yeah, it's pretty solid for the burst 3 category here. Let's keep going. Haran's a great burst 3, not a must-have anymore. Helm is a great burst 3. I'm not going to say must-have just because, but like she has a burst 3 heal. It's kind of a very niche thing also. So having that's pretty solid. And also she gets placed very high on these lists, right? She's SS for early game and then S across. So I'm not going to say must-have because you kind of like replace her with a lot of stuff. But for a burst 3 healer, she's pretty good. They haven't ranked Snow White. I'm actually curious where they rank Snow White because she's a very good character also. Privity, how dare I forget? Privity's there. So I will say Privity's a must-have because there's so many characters that are popping up that really require her. And like, again, if you're saying that she's a must-have, like there's a lot of characters that have this element, but again, I know it's relative because mass exists. I still think that she goes here perfectly. Burst 3, Am I missing anybody that I really like here? Lapis is great. Correct? Is that she's a burst 3, right? Unless I'm not. Yeah, she's a burst 3. Lapis is great. You can also see here, she's a great character. Not like a must-have, but definitely, again, great character. If you look at it, dude, there's so many good burst 3s. It's just like, we're not even almost done. There's still a lot of characters I'm currently missing, but Drake is a great burst 3, and Sugar's a great burst 3. Where's Sugar? Oh, Maxwell. How dare I forget Maxwell? Yeah, Maxwell's insane too, so Maxwell has to go on the must-have, yeah. Oh my god, how dare I forget? Dude, this is hurting me. This is hurting my soul. I'm gonna go through one by one. Sadly, dude, I wish I could put her under one of these. I wish I could. It's so sad that that character is done like that. And in my opinion, she's one of the best summer designs from the first batch. Like, Summer Mary's great and all, but I like Summer Neon. It hurts my soul that that exists like that. And then because of that, players do not want to summon for limited banners. Like, that was the reason. Summer and Nice had to fix everything because players didn't want to summon on those banners. It's all because of her, dude. How dare you ruin our game? Yeah, I think I'm getting mostly everybody. Am I missing anybody here? Eula's pretty, dude, Eula's been getting so much play recently also. People have been showing me teams with Eula. I just, personally, I don't know enough to tell you anything. Our recent release of a character here is kind of mid, so I don't want to say too much there. Power is a great character, actually. I do like Power a lot when it comes to Burst 3. She is solid. I still used her, like, up until, what is it? Up until a point, like, it was recently, it was Dorothy. I was still using her as a burst 3 here and there, because she does good. She genuinely does good, like, ironically, right? If you were to look at it, SSS, yeah? So, like, 3 different S's, not triple S, bro. Imagine, though. Maxwell's still great. I made sure that's clear. Lapis is still great. Drake is still great. Guillotine's good, but definitely, like, again, you kind of, she's good. That's it. Really, you have to, like, make the team fully. So I'm not going to say that she's a great burst 3, but she is good. She has SS on boss. That is a pretty big standing, right? Helm is still a great character, again, as mentioned. D is there, but I'm not going to say that D is, like, great or must have. But yeah, I think I ranked everybody here in a way. Am I missing anybody? Just checking, making sure. Yeah, I think I got everyone basically. Now, Red Hood time. So I'm leaving Red Hood on the burst 3 category just because that's like a little bit easier way to do it. Though again, she is a character that bursts on every burst, so it's not really that she's relegated to a single burst. But for this character, sadly, I am going to say, and this is going to be very controversial, that she is a great burst 3, and that's it. Correct? I do not. Okay, bro, I can't speak. I don't think that she's a great character or must-have character because everyone in the game, she is taking everyone's kit and breaking it down into her own kit. That's what she is, right? Again, the thing is that she isn't a must-have for a lot of people. Like, if you do not have a good Pilgrim character, she's a must-have. You have to have her. You have to. But for me, endgame, like for early players, you could say that this is for, if this was an early players list, you have to get her. Like, regardless of anything, you should have one copy of her. But genuinely speaking, your account's not gonna like suffer, fail miserably, and die because you don't have her. Because like, other characters do her job better. Like, the better DPS character is Alice. Alice will do her job better. A better buffing character literally is Litter. Litter will do her job but better. And again, unreliable, like rather a more reliable way because it's a 20-second cooldown. She's 40 seconds, right? And then her damage is just kind of bad. Like, A2 does more damage than her by far. So if you're saying that she's great, that she's a must-have, right? It's just sadly the case. Again, I would still say you want to have a copy of her, but if you don't have her, is your account in shambles? No. Like, if you lost that on Scarlet, if you didn't have Summer and Nice, if you didn't have Modernia, if you didn't have Snow White, you didn't have Alice, your account's kind of in shambles. You kind of really want a good, broken burst 3 damage dealer, right? And now if you lost all 3 of those, like, those characters, your account's in shambles. If you lose her, nothing really happened. You didn't really, like, lose so much, correct? Like, if Blanca Noir weren't on your account, kind of sucks. That's bad. Like, your account's gonna be a little bit rough. If Schoolgirls were on your account, you're missing, like, the 2 core dual combos. It's gonna suck, but if Red Hood wasn't on your account, you're like, eh, well, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, there's other characters that kind of replace her real hard. So again, that's my 10 cents, but I will fight for her in the comments. I'm not gonna say that she's a must-have. Like, you have to. You'll die without her on your account. Like, you could say that back then for Modernia. You could even say that for Dorothy. Like, Dorothy was a really good burst 1, and like, if Litter wasn't there, you needed her. You needed her, correct? But if she's not there, well, just have Blanca Noir. Like, they do very good. Just have Litter. They do. She does really, really good too, right? Unironically, she does really good too. Volume. So it's like, that's just my 10 cents though. But again, I'll fight for her in the comments. Let's see what happens, dude. She's a great burst 3, but definitely, again, must have is a little bit conditional on that one. So I'm gonna be dying in the comments here. So thanks for watching. That's the video. If I missed anybody, please let me know. There are some characters that I have not tested. So again, I am not the best of the best at be giving you this information. As again, my account does not have a few of these characters also tested fully or built to the max capacity. But again, I do think that this is a pretty solid list. If I'm wrong about anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to kind of respond. Yeah. I'm gonna get ripped. I already know it.